President Trump, meanwhile, under growing pressure, much of that pressure from the students themselves, the survivors from that school in Florida, who now plan to march on Washington as the president unleashes that Twitter storm on everything from the FBI and the shooting to Russia. As those students speak out themselves, they want the president to act. Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl tonight.
Outside the White House today, a group of students calling themselves Teens for Gun Reform staged a protest. One teen holding a sign, "Am I next?" It follows the raw outrage from students at the Parkland, Florida high school who witnessed the carnage firsthand.
They say that tougher gun laws do not decrease gun violence. We call BS!
Enough is enough.
The students offering a blunt message to those in power.
This isn't about the GOP. This isn't about the Democrats. This is about the adults. We feel neglected, and at this point, you're either with us or against us.
The president has promised to take action, but he has said nothing specific about what he'd do. His press secretary today saying only the president supports efforts to improve the federal background check system. Over the weekend, the president met with survivors of the attack and also first responders and medical staff, giving a big thumbs up to their efforts. But not long after that, he went after the FBI, tweeting, "Very sad that the FBI missed all of the many signals sent out by the Florida school shooter. This is not acceptable. They are spending too much time trying to prove Russian collusion with the Trump campaign." The president's tweets about Florida and Russia drew bipartisan condemnation. Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego tweeting, "Children are being buried today. Could you please act presidential at least on their behalf? You really have no shame." But the president seemed fixated on the Russia investigation, and one of many tweets saying, if it was the goal of Russia to create discord, disruption, and chaos within the U.S., then they have succeeded beyond their wildest dreams. They are laughing their asses off in Moscow. The president has repeatedly raised doubts about Russia's involvement, but in one of his 20 tweets this weekend, he denied that, pointing to this moment from the campaign.
I mean, it could be Russia, but it could also be China. It could also be lots of other people. It also could be somebody sitting on their bed that weighs 400 pounds, okay?
And even now, rather than calling out Vladimir Putin, the president today is slamming Democrats, tweeting, "Obama was president up to and beyond the 2016 election, so why didn't he do something about Russian meddling?" In fact, President Obama did confront Putin and slapped sanctions on Russia in December of 2016, also expelling 35 Russian diplomats.
All right, so let's get to Jon Karl with us live tonight from the White House. And John, the president tweeting about Russia, as you reported there all weekend long, and about his own national security advisor, H.R. McMaster, who said on Russia over the weekend that the evidence is now, quote, incontrovertible. The president then responding to him.
The president directly criticizing H.R. McMaster, saying General McMaster forgot to say the results of the 2016 election were not impacted or changed by the Russians. So while you had heard a lot from the president on Russia, criticizing the Democrats, criticizing President Obama, criticizing his own national security advisor, one person the president did not criticize at all, Vladimir Putin.
Jon Karl kicking off another week at the White House. Thank you, John.